My name's Will Dobkins. I'm a professional blacksmith and tool maker. I grew up with blacksmithing. My great-grandfather was a blacksmith, my grandfather, my dad, and it wasn't necessarily a hobby. It was a job and wasn't a trade that you got to learn that was fun. It was a trade you went and did because that was one of the chores. We've been here about 5 years. I went to high school in Missouri, but moved away right after high school, and then my wife and I bought this place and returned about 5 years ago. And we had always been gardeners and really got deep into the garden tools and frustration with the garden tools that were available and started making a few, and then when the time came and we were ready, that was the plan and the goal. We bought this place to come down here and start making garden tools.
Now, what are your tools going for about? How much?
Oh, yeah, between 30 and 40. And it's a lifetime tool. We intend them to be heirloom tools. People hand them down to kids and grandkids and such. On that note of making tools that are handed down through the generations, this is an old tool that was given to us that is, I don't know how old it is. It's very old. It's been around for a long time. It's still a good tool. It still works. We still use it. It's a little bit ugly, but it works great. And it still works great because it was made right. It was made with the good stuff. So anytime we find this kind of thing, we're all about bringing them back, making them right, and making stuff that'll last. The value in the handmade tools, I have complete control of what goes into them, how they're made. There's nobody pulling my strings saying you need to cut cost here. So I can make them as good as I want to make them, which is as best as I can possibly do it. We don't really spare any expense when it comes to the materials we use. It's 1075 high carbon steel, which is a cutlery grade steel that's hardened and tempered just like a knife would be. And that's what gives them such incredible backbone. You know, trowels that bend here or break, they're not sharp. All our tools are very sharp because you're cutting the soil, you're cutting weeds. And the steel we use is specifically engineered to be a hard, sharp something. When you get something hand wrought from somebody who's right there making it themselves, it's pretty much all on the table. There's not really any way for me to hide any of it. You know, you get what you pay for. We do a few events a year around the country. We do some of the bigger Mother Earth news fairs. We do the show in Baker Creek, the Heirloom Expo in Santa Rosa, California, and then you can get them online, homesteadiron.com.
Yep.
As people are finding out we exist, we're becoming more popular, but I think the popularity or the desire to find a better made product has been there for a long time. There just hasn't necessarily been anybody filling that niche. If you buy that little cheap trowel that breaks the first time you use it and you throw it away, did it really cost you just $5? What does it cost you to have all those resources that end up in a landfill over time? What did it cost to the environmental damage that was potentially caused from some of the processes, these big industrial processes that go into them? The cost to all of us, I feel, on these disposable tools and any kind of disposable stuff is we may not be paying for it right now, but sooner or later, all that stuff just keeps piling up and piling up in our environment, and we're going to pay for it sooner or later. You know the cost of water when the well is dry.